Hello everyone, first of all, thank you. Thank you for showing up for yourself today. Confidence, let's talk about it. People think you're born with it, or that it comes from how you look, how much money you make, or who knows your name. Let me tell you something loud and clear. Confidence is not a gift, it's a muscle. You build it, step by step. So here are 12 steps that helped me build mine. And maybe, just maybe, they'll help you build yours too. 1. Know who you are before the world tells you who to be. Let me tell you something loud and clear. The world loves putting people into boxes. Pretty, smart, obedient, average, but self. Confidence starts when you refuse to be labeled. You're not a product on a shelf. You're a person with power, purpose, and potential. For years, I battled expectations. Cultural ones, gender ones, career ones. I tried to tick every box: the good daughter, the ideal student, the flawless celebrity. But it wasn't until I asked, who am I without all this, that I started to feel powerful. You don't build confidence by becoming what others want. You build it by standing tall in your truth. Whether you're the quiet dreamer or the wild rebel, own it. And if you don't know who you are yet, that's okay. Explore, try, fail, reflect. That journey is confidence in motion. Be intentional. Be curious about your values. What lights you up? What makes you angry? What makes you proud? Clarity is power. You can't lead your life if you don't know who's behind the wheel. So take the steering wheel, drive, even if it's scary, even if you make wrong turns, because at least you're going your way, not someone else's. 2. Embrace your imperfections. Confidence isn't about perfection. It's about authenticity. The world doesn't need perfect people. It needs real ones, with scars, quirks, fears, and flaws. The ones who dare to say, yes, I'm imperfect. And still, I am worthy. I've been criticized for everything: my skin color, my accent, my body, my choices, and for a while I believed those voices, but one day I looked in the mirror and thought, this is me, this is all I've got. So why not love it, own it, and shine with it? Stop waiting for the perfect body, job, or relationship to feel confident. Confidence comes from embracing yourself as you are. When you make peace with your imperfections, they stop being weaknesses. They become your unique power. Confidence isn't silent insecurity in a fancy outfit. It's raw, messy, honest self-acceptance. So laugh at your awkwardness. Share your story, not your filter. The more real you are, the stronger you become. We don't admire perfect people. We admire those who rise despite imperfection. Let your flaws speak of your courage, not your shame. 3. Set the damn bar high if you want to build real confidence. Raise your standards. For yourself, for how others treat you, for what you expect out of life. Don't apologize for wanting more. That's not arrogance, that's ambition. And it's beautiful. I've never believed in playing small. Not in auditions, not in love, not in life. When you set the bar high, you stretch, you evolve. You begin to believe you deserve greatness. And that belief changes everything. Low standards create low confidence. Because deep down you know you're settling, and settling makes you shrink. But when you challenge yourself to grow, to aim higher, to say this isn't enough for me, you step into power, start setting boundaries. Speak up, choose relationships that respect your energy. Set goals that scare you just a little, because that discomfort, that's growth knocking. You don't need to be loud to set the bar high, but you do need to be clear. Clear about what you want, clear about what you're worth, and unafraid to walk away from what doesn't meet that. You're not too much, you're just not meant for the bare minimum. 4. Fail-forward failure isn't the opposite of confidence, it's the foundation of it. You can't grow without falling. You can't learn if you never mess up. Every confident person you admire, they've failed spectacularly, and they got back up. I've failed auditions. I've made bad decisions. I've heard no more times than I can count, but each time I picked up the pieces, looked at what I learned, and moved forward. That's what I call failing forward. Confidence isn't built in moments of glory. It's built in the silence after disappointment, when you say, okay, what's next? It's easy to believe in yourself when things are going well, but true confidence is believing in yourself when things fall apart. Change the way you look at failure. It's not rejection, it's redirection. It's a lesson in disguise, and the faster you embrace that, the quicker you grow. So fall, mess up, get heartbroken, lose the deal. And then rise, stronger, wiser, hungrier, because if you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. 5. Find your tribe. Confidence grows in the right environment. If you're constantly around people who diminish you, mock your dreams, or drain your energy, you will shrink. Period. So find your tribe, the ones who get you, who celebrate you, who tell you the truth. But with love, I've learned to guard my energy like gold. I've walked away from people who made me question my worth. And it was hard, but necessary, because confidence can't bloom in toxic soil. Look for people who light up when you succeed, who challenge you to level up, who remind you of who you are when you forget. Your tribe doesn't have to be big, but it has to be real. You don't need cheerleaders who fake it. You need warriors who push you when you want to quit, who say, "You've got this," even when you don't believe it yourself. And here's the thing, be that person for others too. Confidence is a two-way street. Lift others, and you lift yourself. 6. Say why yes to yourself every time you say yes to yourself. You water your confidence. You affirm your worth, you give your dreams space to breathe. Too often we wait for others to validate our choices, to give us permission. But what if you just said yes? Yes to that idea, yes to applying. Yes to starting, yes to stepping up, even if you're scared. I said yes to opportunities I wasn't ready for, and that's how I grew. Saying yes didn't mean I was fearless. It meant I was brave enough to try. Confidence grows every time you trust yourself. Every time you say, maybe I don't have all the answers, but I believe I'll figure it out. So start saying yes to things that scare you. Say yes to that new role. Say yes to therapy. Say yes to ending toxic patterns. Say yes to your next chapter, even if you haven't written it yet. Your first yes will feel terrifying. Your second will feel thrilling by your 10th. It'll feel normal. 7. Look fear in the face and wink, let's get real. Fear never really goes away. It just changes costumes. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being good enough. But if you want to build unshakable confidence, you have to make fear your frenemy. You know what I do when fear shows up. I wink at it. I see it, I nod, and I walk forward anyway, because confidence isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision that your purpose is greater than your panic. Fear will whisper, you can't. Confidence replies, watch me. We give fear too much power. We let it drive our choices, but most of the time, fear is just imagination on steroids. It's your mind playing a worst-case scenario loop. Break that loop. Ask, what's the worst that could happen? And then ask, what's the best that could happen? When I walked into a global film set for the first time, I was terrified. Different culture. Bigger stage, more eyes, but I remembered who I was, where I came from, and I let that pride drown out the panic. Don't wait for fear to leave the room. Step forward with it. Let it tremble in your shadow. Because when you keep showing up, fear eventually learns who's boss. Spoiler, it's you. 8. Celebrate your damn wins, this one's big. Celebrate yourself, loudly, boldly, shamelessly, because confidence grows when you recognize your own worth, not just when someone else claps for you. We're taught to stay humble, to play it cool, to say, oh, it was nothing. No, stop that. It was something. You worked hard. You pushed through. You made it. Own it. Confidence comes from internal validation. So every time you finish a project, overcome a fear, or even just get out of bed on a tough day, celebrate that. When I won Miss World, it changed everything. But you know what built my confidence more than that crown? The tiny wins before it. Saying yes to the pageant, showing up, believing I could stand there. That's what mattered. Make a win journal. Write down what you're proud of, big or small. You'll be surprised how many victories you've forgotten because you were too busy chasing the next one. And here's the secret. When you get good at celebrating yourself, you stop relying on the world to do it for you. That's when you become unshakable. 9. Keep learning. The more you know, the more confident you become. It's that simple. Confidence doesn't come from faking it. It comes from earning it, and that happens when you keep learning. I never stop learning. Whether it's a new language, a skill for a role, or understanding global cultures, I soak it up. Why? Because knowledge is power. Power makes you bold, and boldness is the backbone of confidence. Learning makes you adaptable. You walk into a room knowing you bring value. You're not just guessing, you're contributing. You speak from experience, from curiosity, from insight. That kind of self-assurance can't be faked. You don't need to go back to school or get a fancy degree. Read books, watch documentaries, learn from people. Ask questions, be a student of life, and when you hit a wall, learn through it. Every challenge is a teacher. Every mistake is a lesson. Confidence grows when you stop seeing failure as a dead end and start seeing it as feedback. Stay curious, stay humble, stay hungry, because the most confident person in the room isn't the loudest. It's the one who never stopped growing. 10. Be unapologetically you. This step might be my favorite. Be you. Fully, loudly, unapologetically. You weren't born to blend in. You were born to stand out. Your voice, your style, your energy. It's all uniquely yours. So stop editing yourself to make other people comfortable. For years, I was told I was too much. Too opinionated. Too brown, too ambitious, and for a while I tried to tone myself down, but then I realized those very things were my power. Confidence blooms when you stop hiding, when you stop seeking approval for being yourself. When you walk into the room and think, this is who I am, take it or take a seat. It's not about being perfect, it's about being real. The world responds to authenticity, it's magnetic. When you dare to be yourself, you give others permission to do the same. Don't shrink, don't apologize, and don't wait for the world to accept you. Accept yourself, and the world will catch up. Or not. Either way, you'll be fine, because confidence is not fitting in. It's standing out and staying proud. 11. Protect your peace. This one's non-negotiable. Confidence cannot grow in chaos. You have to protect your peace like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. Not every opinion deserves your energy. Not every battle is yours to fight. Not every invite deserves a yes. You have to filter what enters your mind, your heart, and your space. I've learned the hard way that saying yes to everything is not confidence. It's burnout. Confidence is saying no without guilt. It's choosing rest over pressure, boundaries over people. Pleasing. Silence can be your greatest power. Step away from noise, from negativity, from people who drain instead of fuel you. Protect your mornings, your sleep, your mental health, your creativity, your inner circle, because confidence needs room to breathe. It needs calm, stillness, clarity. You can't hear your own voice if your life is full of noise. So cancel the chaos, choose peace every single day. 12. Believe like your life depends on it. Because it does. Here's the final step. And it's everything. Believe in yourself fiercely, deliberately, consistently. Because if you don't believe in yourself, no amount of praise, money, or success will ever feel enough. Confidence isn't something you wait to feel. It's something you decide to have. Every great thing in my life happened because I believed it was possible, before anyone else did. That belief carried me through rejections, failures, setbacks, and new beginnings. Belief isn't blind optimism. It's saying, I don't have it all figured out, but I know I can rise. I know I can learn. I know I can lead. You don't need the world to believe in you. You just need you. So speak life into yourself, walk like it, talk like it, own your space like it, not because you're perfect, but because you're powerful. Confidence doesn't come from proving others wrong. It comes from proving yourself right. Final note, you don't need to be born confident. You build it. One bold step at a time. So start today. Pick a step, practice it, repeat it, and watch yourself rise, because you're a force, and it's time the world sees it. Thank you.